Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of our F1 2013 Career Mode. It's episode 3, week 3 here as we're headed into the Chinese Grand Prix here from Shanghai. It is going to be a dry race unlike what we had last season. In the last episode, we finally got a win in the series that we started, of course, with F1 2012. We are as well top of the standings right now at 43 points, so we're not going to waste much time. Let's head into China and get things underway with qualifying. Alright then, here we go for qualifying now underway as we head up towards turn number 1 here for the double right-hander. It's been a minute since I've driven Shanghai, so we'll see what kind of lap we can put together now. Sebastian Vettel currently top of the board as I'm going to try my best to stick with him through this first sector. Got to remember to turn my brakes towards the rear of the car. There we go. And so far, pretty solid start to the lap. Really happy, of course, with how this season has started. Could not ask for much of a better start with a second, of course, to Lewis in Australia when he just downright outpaced me there. But we had so much more pace than Lewis in the last episode. And he had that run-in with Felipe Massa as well, taking him out on that opening lap. It was a pretty spicy start. The starts in this game a lot more spicy than F1 2012, that's for sure. Here we go towards the braking zone, trying to not brake too early, but of course not too late. Down into the hairpin, Alonso on track currently for pole. Really happy with how this lap has gone. Just one more set of corners to go, a little bit cautious into there. I'm going to give up some time, crucial time right there, not what I wanted to do. I think it's the top 10 at least, but yeah, P7. All right, P7 is not too shabby, honestly. Hamilton in second place over Massa. That could get interesting with those two starting. All right. We are ready to roll here in China. Last time we came here, it was pouring rain. We got a penalty for something we shouldn't have gotten a penalty for. I do remember that in F1 2012. However, it's F1 2013. It's lights out. We're on the way for the Chinese Grand Prix here in Shanghai. A pretty decent launch. A little bit of wheel spin now. It kind of bogged the car down a little bit here. Not great. But as we head down towards turn 1, going to give these guys plenty of room to work with. Look in the background, see if there's any chaos. Oh, maybe I should have done that because now I'm going wide. Oh my goodness. Hulkenberg, how you doing, lad? Okay, that was a pretty abysmal start for myself, and that was all on my own stupidity of briefly trying to look behind myself to see if there was any chaos happening, as I've already drained a good chunk of my battery. That's some contact there with Maldonado. I definitely think that was on him. No damage, though. Oh, we are all slowing down here, but I guess, honestly, a relatively clean start for what could have been a lot worse, so I'm not really going to complain about that now, as we are going to probably have really good pace here, I imagine. Again, I think the big question is, what can Hamilton do? I think if he can stay in second and not get the lead, we're going to have a good shot here to still rebound now. I'm going to go for a move on Hulkenberg down towards the braking zone here. I'm not going to be too aggressive in these opening moments, just kind of want to survive, make sure we keep the car in one piece. We have a bit of a run here on the back of Sergio Perez, who has a run on the car in front of him, and he's going to go for a move. No, he's not, so I'm going to try and sneak one up the inside. Grosjean right there all over the back of Massa, who goes wide, and there's a car behind us that's gone wide as well. A couple cars going wide in that hairpin, and these two are going at it in front of us, which is fantastic to see. It allows me to close in. Grosjean really working at getting a move there done on Felipe Massa. Not going to quite work out. I don't think I touched him right there, but he kind of had a moment, and now around the outside we go, and there we go, up into P8. Pretty happy with how we are doing already here after getting the first bit of that opening lap just out of our way. A bit of a lock up right there. If you catch that curbing, it is so easy to lock up. Alright, this is going to be an easy pass here on Massa, not even a contest. We'll just cruise to the right side of the circuit, easy. Up at a P7. Next up, Jenson Button there in the McLaren. So, not what I wanted to do there. Big error on myself. Massa, who gets alongside me, ends up just kind of stomping on the brakes to pull even with me. So that actually allows us to stay ahead, and we can kind of move on and still try to focus in on Jenson Button here as DRS is now enabled. It looks like, Weber has dropped down to P6 now. Jenson Button moves through into the top 5. Hamilton, although DRS is enabled, he has not been able to work his way past the leader. So, and I'm going to assume that it's Fernando Alonso still. So Hamilton just kind of chilling in second place. Lap 5 underway. We're now within the DRS of Mark Webber, and we are closing in quickly. He does not have a lot of pace in that Red Bull today. He's losing a lot of time to Jenson Button, who's having a flawless Grand Prix so far, running there in that 5th position. So we're getting a little bit closer here to Mr. Webber, the Australian. We'll see if we can get that overtake done, maybe before the pit stops here at the end of lap 6, which is scheduled for us anyways. I don't know if Webber is going to be coming in a lap later or not, but we'll wait and see. Webber has nothing. Look at us closing right up in on him. I'm going to go for it. Round the outside. Yep, not even a contest there. He is struggling hard. He's losing so much time. And now we can focus in on running down what'll be Jenson Button there for that top 5 position. Hamilton, I'm looking at the track map. Looks like he's going for a move for the lead right now, and it looks like he's completed the move for the lead. So, to the lead goes Hamilton. I'm going to throw a bit of a defensive move here on Jenson now as we head down towards the braking zone. I was really deep there into the corner, but we're okay. We hang on. A little bit close quarters there with Mark, but sure enough, we hang on to P6. Really starting to deal with some oversteer now. As you can see, the tires are worn pretty hard. Doesn't matter, though. We're coming into the pits. Everybody is coming into the pits here. Lewis is like the only one that stays out. That was nearly really bad of a pit entry now, but we're going to head in and see if we can maybe get a little bit closer to Button. I really struggled to gain on that in lap there. The pace just kind of faded away when those tires were wearing there. So we're going to put on the white stripes and head back out on track here now and hope for the best. I'm curious to see how Hamilton does here now. Is he going to get undercut? We'll have to wait and see. But we exit here. Clear track for us now. We can focus in on going after Mr. Jenson Button. Now we're definitely closer. So I like what I see right there. Is that, who's that in front of him? Looks like a AlphaTauri, or a Toro Rosso, I should say. Jenson's getting held up quite hard by this Toro Rosso, and it's bringing me into the mix. Oh, maybe a little bit too much in the mix. That's Danny Rick there. A little bit of contact with Jenson. No damage, so we're fine. But we're now going to be all over the back of Button after that, and we should be able to complete this overtake really with no issues at all. I'm going to use all of my battery deployment that I have. Swing over to the right side. We'll have DRS as well. Jenson doesn't have any. So there we go, back in front of him, and now we can focus in on the next group of cars, which is Jenson. I thought he was about to send one up the inside right there. I mean, I did brake a little bit early. He could have gone for it, but he decides to just kind of play it safe. Hamilton exiting the pits right now. Let's pay attention to that track map. Does he come out in front? Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close, but I think Hamilton's got it. Yes, he does. Hamilton maintains the lead here in Shanghai. I say that, but I don't think that's the case. I think he just got passed through this section that we're going through right now. It looks like, yes, Hamilton is down instead to second place, so he's got some work to do. We have now, of course, entered the top 5 now that the pit cycle has run its course. We got Raikkonen in front of us, and if we can run down that group of cars, we've got a shot to win this race. And it looks like it's a Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel that has passed Lewis, so it's Vettel, Hamilton, and then Fernando Alonso in the top 3. We just set the quickest Sector 2 time of anybody so far. We are absolutely flying. And just like last episode, kind of late in the day, the pace is starting to kind of head in my advantage now. I think we're going to have a shot to win this race here. Hamilton back through to the lead. It looks like he's going to pass Sebastian Vettel with the DRS. Alonso's right up there in the mix. The more they battle, the better for us. It's going to make it easier to get in on that. But Hamilton, sure enough, takes the lead. Vettel loses second as well to Alonso. So down to third he goes. Now the question is, can Hamilton drive away? We are very much so closing in on the back of this battle here as I clip the cone. That's not what I wanted to do, but it's going to be 5 laps to go. Hamilton is definitely increasing the gap to the cars behind. Alonso's kind of sticking with him, but Mark Webber actually just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I said it previously. Webber says, no, sir. But we're definitely going to have a shot at the podium, but I don't quite think we're going to be able to run down Hamilton or Alonso. We might be within the DRS here of Raikkonen at the end of this lap. I'm looking at the track map now, and Hamilton is really starting to just drive away. This is very similar to what we saw in Australia with the season opener, where Hamilton, if he gets the lead, he's just able to set a really good pace. We set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix right there. I'm a bit surprised that it's not going to Hamilton, because it really does look like he's just downright faster. But however, fastest lap, we'll take that now, and we are coming up on this big battle here between Raikkonen and Vettel. Oh, a bit of a slip up right there from Kimi. I'm going to get right up to the back of him, but now I'm going to have a big slip up there, slipping and sliding all over the place right there. I thought I was going to lose it. Oh my goodness, that was close, but now that loses a bunch of progress. We're going to use all of the battery, use the DRS. We're going to get close. Honestly, we might have enough of a run here to just send one up the inside. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to stay put now, and then he slips and slides again, but I do as well. We are starting to really lose the rear end here, not only for myself, but Raikkonen as well. Weber up into P6 now. He's gotten past Jenson Button, and I don't got no battery to be able to lunge at Weber, so we're going to have to be a little bit more patient. I've got a good run. I'm going to use some battery to try and make sure we complete this pass right now on Raikkonen. Not a lot of room right there, but it's enough to go up the inside, and into fourth we go. I want that podium, though. Come here, Sebastian. Now, Hamilton's too far gone, obviously, coming at the final 2 laps. Alonso's too far gone, it looks like. But Vettel is a very realistic target to go and get here for 3rd place. Here we go then. Vettel's got no DRS from Alonso, so there's not a whole lot he can do. We'll swing to the right side. Already completing the pass right there. Up into the 3rd position we go. I think Alonso is a possibility here within the next lap. I honestly didn't think so, but we are definitely closing in on him. We're closing in on Lewis as well. It's just Lewis is just too far gone. He's had enough of a consistency to be able to stay ahead comfortably. We just went pretty fast right there. No, actually, that's completely inaccurate. That was just compared to the lap beforehand, I think. So 2 to go. Let's see if we can get Fernando. All right, final lap underway here in China. You know, a really good race aside from the start, and now you got to think about it. If we didn't have that silly start there where I'm looking behind me and then going off circuit, what could have been? Might have even won this Grand Prix, I think. But it is what it is now. The fight for second is still very much alive here. Alonso slipping and sliding, but however, you can certainly see that I'm also slipping and sliding around here on this final lap now. I've got it in Rich, just giving it everything I have left in this car to see if we can make something happen on the Spaniard of Alonso, who just continues to slip and slide, but I can't get the power down either. We're going to have a shot, of course, in the DRS zone on this long straightaway. Alonso slipping up again. I'm going to be really delicate on the throttle here. There we go. Get the power down. And a bit of a slip right there, but I think we're going to have a shot for sure. Yes, we will. We're going to definitely have a good chance to complete this pass. I think we can be clear before the apex now. It's going to be Hamilton getting the win, but here we go, right side and clear into the braking zone. I'm going to give Alonso some room to go around the left, but he's not going to be able to capitalize on it. I cut the corner a little bit there. That's all right. But we close in on Hamilton at the end, but it's not enough. He struggled on pace. Even Alonso was catching him right here at the end as well. But Lewis Hamilton gets win number 2 on the season. We come home 2nd place, which should allow us to keep the World Drivers' Championship lead. And this absolutely flawless start to the season for Mercedes continues, as all 3 races have been won by either myself or my teammate of Lewis Hamilton. Here you see the finishing order there. Hamilton, myself, Alonso on the podium. Grosjean ended up dropping all the way down to P9. Hulkenberg there, final point in that 10th position for Sauber. Only one DNF, that was Adrian Sutil. Here we have a look at the standings. 3 points the difference right now between myself and Lewis. Vettel and Weber, 4 points separated from each other as well. As we'll take a look. Look at the constructors there, 39 points ahead of Red Bull, 78 already on Ferrari. They've got a lot of work to do. A great start to the season. In the next one, we actually head to Bahrain. We'll see what we can do there, but that one I think might be a bit of a rough one for me. I'm not a huge fan of Bahrain in any F1 game, so we'll see what happens there when we head over to that one. But then I will see you guys then, I should say. Thank you for watching so much. Have a great day, everybody.